Hello and welcome back to predictions. Yes, Abu Dhabi was like 5, 6 weeks ago, but me and my brother have not had time and I did not plan this the best. So we are doing it on the eve of the private test for the 2026 season. My brother is not here. Um, it's just me again, and that will be the same for the 2026 predictions, which, as the time of release, should basically be up at the same time because we wanted to do them both before, obviously, the new season begins, and I classed the new season beginning as the private test because we're going to hear rumours about how each team is doing, anyways, even if there is like no one there and whatever. So, yeah, it's best to do them beforehand because then it's fun. And then we have no idea what's going on, and that makes it a whole lot more fun when we come back to reflect on them at the end of the season. But anyway, Abu Dhabi, let's go through them. On screen, obviously, is the qualifying and race results from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I got a triple podium correct for qualifying. Unfortunately, it's not the actual podium, but I did manage to get Verstappen on pole, Norris in second, and Piastri third. I only missed out on Ocon and Bortoleto for the teammate head-to-heads as well, giving me 14 points from qualifying. My brother, on the other hand, only got Verstappen for pole and got Piastri in the top three and missed out on Norris in the top three. He also missed out on Norris and Sainz for the teammate head-to-heads, giving him 11 points, 3 less than what I was able to score. The AI, on the other hand, got a point each for Verstappen, Norris, and Piastri, however, in the wrong order, so gets only 3 points. And missed out on quite a few teammate head-to-heads: Leclerc, Verstappen, Alonso, Ocon, Hadjar, and Bortoleto, only scoring them 7 points. Heading into the race, the one random prediction, sorry, not copying, well, actually, whatever. I keep almost saying crazy prediction because I watch Matt and Tommy. Congratulations to them on the Autosports Award, by the way. Great to see them being acknowledged for just being fans of the sport and whatever. Hopefully that doesn't try and make me jealous, but who knows. The human brain is very complicated. Anyway, back on track. The one random prediction was the race time down to the second. The race time was a 1:26:07. I did a 1:27:46. My brother did a 1:26:3, and the AI did a 1:31:29. My brother missed out by 4 seconds. I don't even think he realized that when I showed him the results of these. I don't think he remembered what he said the race time was, because I only sent them yesterday, and he only sent me his predictions for the 2026 season literally an hour ago, and the deadline is in an hour 20. So very annoying, but hey ho. Anyway, none of us get the point for the random prediction, but me and my brother both get 3 points for the top three. We both predicted Verstappen, Piastri, and Norris in the top three. However, we both predicted them Norris, Verstappen, Piastri, so didn't get them in the right order at all. However, the AI was able to predict Verstappen and Norris in the correct positions. However, it decided that Leclerc would finish second. Almost happened if Leclerc had actually got past Norris earlier in the race and managed to stay ahead of Norris. This could have came in because there's no doubt that the team McLaren would have asked Piastri to get out of the way and let Norris back onto the podium. So that could have been very close for the AI. I would have happily lost points to the AI for that, which I did anyway, because the AI managed to clean up its act from qualifying and only missed out on Piastri and Sainz for McLaren and Williams head-to-head, scoring them 12 points from the race. I did as well, only missing out on Piastri and Hulkenberg, getting me 11 points. Missing out just because I scored one less point in the qualifying, in the podium prediction, sorry. And my brother did horrendously, almost as bad as an AI. You would, if you looked at that and I just like hid the headings, you would have thought that I swapped the columns round by accident. But no, my brother missed out on Piastri, Leclerc, Russell, Ocon, Hadjar, and Sainz, meaning he only got 7 points from the weekend, from the race. Overall, though, 25 points from me from the weekend, 18 for my brother, and 19 for the AI, which I will rebrand for this season because because AI, the views on AI got a lot worse across the year of 2025, and in general, I just don't want to refer to anything as AI and will refer to what is AI as what it actually is, and this is random numbers. And what everyone hates AI as is LLMs and generative. But either way, what did this do to the championships? Closed me in by 7 points. However, it was not enough. If you can't see that because the screen's too small, points ended out 477 to my brother, 473 to me, and 419 to the random number generator. Very close in the end. And you may have seen at the bottom as well the championship update. I won't be doing these. I won't be doing these for this season. I'll just be looking at it at the end of the season because that's a lot more fun. But in the end, I drew with the random number generator, getting 52 points in the Drivers' Championship, whilst my brother got 48. However, in the Constructors, it is a lot worse. I got 12 points, not respectable at all, with the random number generator getting 17, and my brother getting 19. So in the end, my brother won 2 of the predictions. I won one, but technically as a draw, and the same for the random number generator, scoring one win as technically as a draw. But let's look at the actual championships in their entirety. You will have been able to see them there, but I don't care, it's fine. Starting out with 10th place in the Constructors, it was Alpine. Now, if you don't remember, the points were as follows: 3 points for bang on, and each place away you are, you lose 1 point. So, and for the winner, you got double points, whereas in the drivers, it would start from 5 and work its way down to 0. So I got 1 point for Alpine because I put him 9th, whereas my brother, 8th, whereas my brother put him 9th, and the random number generator did not put him 7th or above. In 9th place were Sauber, and we all get 2 points for that. I believe my brother put him in 10th, I put him 8th, and I think the random number generator put him 8th as well, so we all got 2 points. In 8th was Haas. Me and my brother were 2 away, whereas the AI were 1 away. AI, random number generator, RNG, was only 1 away, scoring 2 points, whilst we only got 1. Aston Martin, I believe we all put Aston in 5th, so we all only got 1 point. We didn't expect Williams to be as good as they were. In 6th place were RB. I expected them to be nowhere near, so I got 0 points, whilst my brother got 2. I think he put him 7th, and the RNG put him 8th, so only scores 1 point. Can't have been 4th. The RNG isn't that stupid. In fifth were Williams. I'm the only one to score a point for Williams, putting them seventh. Crazy. 2 places away, but the other two put them even further away and scored no points for it. Starting to head on to the top guys then, and Payne is next with Ferrari. And I am once again the only one to not score points, with the other two putting Ferrari in second and getting a point for it, whereas I put them champions and so get 0 points for it. However, we all get 3 points for getting Red Bull bang on in third place. I will take that and run, because it only gets worse from here. Or it doesn't, as we all score 1 point for Mercedes. We all put them fourth. We didn't think Antonelli would be as good as he was in comparison to how bad that second Red Bull seat was, as you'll see by where we originally put Lawson in the Drivers' Championship. In first place, however, it does go horribly wrong for me, losing 4 points because I did not predict McLaren as Constructors' Constructors' Champion. So not only do I miss out on the 1 point for being bang on, I miss out on the extra 3 points because it was the champion. And so the RNG and my brother get the extra 3 points on top of the 3 points that they get for being bang on, and so get 6 points, helping their advantage. Would it have brought me any closer? No, because my brother would only have been on 16 and the RNG would have been on 14. Well, let's say I put McLaren first and put Ferrari second. I would have scored a point for Ferrari and I would have scored 4 points for McLaren, so I would have scored an extra 5 points. Would have put me closer, but it would have still just left me level with the constructors, which is annoying. Anyway, on to the drivers, and we start out with Doohan in last place, and I'm the only one to get bang on 5 points because I correctly looked at the fact that Colapinto was signed reserve like everyone and actually put him in the predictions to score some points. Unfortunately, he didn't, and therefore didn't score me as many points as I thought he could have. But my brother did not. My brother put him 2 places higher in 19th, and the RNG put him in 20th, therefore scoring 5, 3, and 4 points respectively. In P20 was Colapinto, 0 points for us all, because my brother and the RNG did not predict him at all, and where did I predict him? I predicted him 15th, literally way too high. I need to sort this so I can actually see where we predicted them before, because at the moment I can't actually tell. I do have a system-ish that should help. P19, Gabby Bortoletto. RNG got him bang on, so gets 5 points, whereas me and my brother were 1 away, and so get 4 points each. P18 was Gasly. My brother was the only one to correctly predict Alpine would be terrible, and so put Gasly low enough to score 3 points, whilst me and the RNG only scored 0. In P17 was Yuki Tsunoda. Come on, Tsunoda, bang on, 5 points, take the bag and run, whereas the RNG and my brother get 0. Would I have said 17th if he started in the Red Bull? No. But I will take it and run. P16, another one. 3 from 6. Stroll, P16, 5 points for me. 4 for my brother, predicted him 15th or 17th. And the RNG only gets 2 because it thought Aston would be higher up. I do remember that because of where we all put Alonso as well. And obviously the Constructors' Championship. In P15 was Esteban Ocon. I get 0 points because I predicted him nowhere near. I believe I put him 10th or something. It obviously wasn't lower down, it was higher up. My brother was closer, getting 2 points, whereas the AI RNG was even closer, getting 4. In 14th was Lawson. We all get 0 points because if you remember when I quickly flicked over to check where where I predicted Colapinto, we predicted Lawson 7th, 7th, and 6th respectively. And now I've forgotten what position Lawson was. There we go. So, yeah, we did not get that correct at all. Based on where I put Tsunoda, I would have got a couple of points for Lawson had Lawson started in the RB, but he started in the other team. Which turned out great for him because he kept his seat and Yuki didn't, so we'll see what happens. Over in 13th is the other Haas driver of Ollie Behrman. I get 4 points, and my brother gets 3, whilst the RNG gets 0. Another extra point for me. Over into 12th was Hajar. I know my brother predicted RB to be poor, so I believe he put both RBs lower down. No, he put Hajar low, Yuki high, and that's why he gets no points for either RB. What I've just realised is crazy, the fact that Hajar is down in 12th. Wow. RMG scores 2 points for it though. Over in 11th, Nico Hülkenberg. And the RNG gets another bang on 5 points, whilst me and my brother get 0. I fully expected Sauber to be nowhere. I was not expecting the Nico podium in Silverstone, but I am very happy for him that he did, even if it was at the expense of a Lewis Hamilton Ferrari podium. God, if he's nowhere this year, he will be retiring at the end of the year. But we're not talking about him just yet. P10, Fernando Alonso, 4 points each. We all thought he'd be best of the rest in P9. Not quite. Best of the rest was not P9, it was in fact P8, so we're even further away. As both Williams drivers managed to slot in above, for which I get 3 points with signs. No points each for my brother and the RNG, putting him outside of the range. I believe they put him. Where did they put him? 14th and 17th. Really did not think Williams would be doing well. And what does that mean for Albon? All of us got 0 points. I expected Sainz to be better than Albon, so the fact that Albon started off strong and almost got a podium in Imola had Leclerc not done a dodgy move over the chicane. Well, I say that he still needed to go catch Oscar, which he could have done. Would he? I don't know. That's something we'll never know. But the fact that Sainz was able to get 2 podiums, I remember filling this in after every weekend, Sainz being towards the bottom. And then he almost beat Albon. He was like a 5th place away from beating Albon. Is crazy. We'll see what Williams do though this season, and where we've all predicted them to be. P7, however, can move on to the top 4 teams properly. Sorry, Tsunoda. As we all put Antonelli in P8. We all thought Williams. We all thought Merck wouldn't be as good as they were. We thought that they'd be comfortably behind the Red Bulls. Um, they weren't. They were comfortably ahead, but we are right in the sense that Antonelli would be the bottom of this pack. We just didn't consider the fact that the second RB, Red Bull, would not be part of that pack. So we all get 4 points. In P6 was Lewis Hamilton. I remember at the beginning of the year, one of my predictions, unofficial predictions, was that going into the final race, the championship would not be decided. Got that correct. I think I made it a two-way fight, but the second place, the guy in fifth, could still get second. Not quite. Had way too high hopes for the 25 season, but you know, it's crazy because you say, "Oh, we only had a three-way fight going into the final race." I'd been like, "Okay, not what I predicted, but still pretty good." End of summer break. Okay, I was wrong, but a two-way fight would be nice. And then Max went on a massive run, one of the greatest I've ever seen. Up there with his 22 season, but more impressive because it was with less races to go. Would have been so cool if he'd actually done it, but unfortunately he couldn't, which just means that Charles can still go and take that record when he wins the championship this season. P5, speaking of, was Charles Leclerc. We didn't even talk about Hamilton. Hamilton, I predicted him second because I said that Ferrari are going to give him a car, and if he has a car that can win the championship, he will go and fight for it. Neither of those things happened. And so my brother and the RNG were 1 point closer by predicting him one place lower in third. Yikes. I can't believe I do still score 4 points for Leclerc though in fifth. That's I really don't like that. Fourth place was George Russell. 3 points for me and my brother, 2 points for the RNG. RNG put him down in seventh, whilst me and my brother put him in sixth. Like I said with Antonelli, we didn't expect the Merc to be as good as it was. A couple of podiums at the beginning of the season, a couple of wins too in Canada and Vegas. No, not Vegas, Singapore. Yeah, none for Ferrari. On to the top three then. I put Piastri in fifth. He did two places better than that and got third, whereas my brother and the RNG put him in fourth and get 4 points for it, getting an extra point. Incredible season from Piastri. Did not expect him to be fighting for his championship, a championship in his third season. Shame that he fell off at the end of the season. Hopefully that is something he has worked on during the winter, and because it would be incredible to see him go on a run and win the championship. Because he absolutely can. Just whether he does or not, it all kind of relies on, one, does he have the points gap heading into the final races? If he doesn't have the performance in those final races, and then has he worked on those final races enough to have performance in those final races? We will see. Only time can tell. Only time will tell. And then Verstappen in P2. The fact that I get 4 points, which is two more than my brother and the RNG, I will take. I am looking now. I haven't had a bang on prediction since Stroll in 16th. And my brother hasn't had one at all, whereas the RNG has had both. It's had both Saubers. But yeah, I thought Verstappen would win. Almost did. Missed out by 2 points. Several races you could say where. Not going to, because that diminishes his absolutely amazing run that he did in those final 10 races. But yeah, my brother and the RNG were not as confident, putting him down in 5th. Got to back the man, got to back the greatest driver I've seen watching F1. Does only go. Would it be ironic? Ironically, only goes back to 2015 when Max started in F1. But hey ho. Anyway, that does just leave one driver, Lando Norris. Oh, 3 points for champion, not extra, not double. Yeah, I put Norris down in 3rd. I only get 3 points for it, whereas the RNG and my brother put Norris first. So not only do they get the 5 bang on points, but they also get 3 points for putting him for getting the correct champion, which is crazy. Meaning my brother only gets one bang on prediction, and it's the one that matters, P1. So anyway, it's zoom to where I want you. It is only about 6 weeks late, but those are the 2025 predictions wrap up. I don't know why this image doesn't have the brothers prediction tagline above the top, but anyway. That's that for 2025. I can finally put a close on it. No, I can't. I still have something else to do, which is it's about 4/5 unrelated to F1, I think. Maybe about 18/25. But that is that. It looks like my brother won't be joining me for most of the predictions this season, which is annoying. But does allow me to rebrand a little bit. We will still be doing predictions, no changes on that. We're both happy with what we have. I will be looking at the random predictions, making sure that we don't have any stupid ones. Counting how many words Crofty says. But yeah, I will let you know more on the other thing about the rebranding and stuff in the next predictions, which for you guys literally, well, it depends because my channel's not big enough for you to actually watch them in order, so you might see the next one before you see this one, or you might not even see them at all. I could literally just be talking to the void. Hopefully not though. If you did watch or listen, hope you enjoyed it enough to keep listening or watching, and I hope you enjoy the season and the predictions that we do during it. Nothing else to say. I think that's it. So, good night. Good night. It's good night for me. It'll be midday for you guys. I literally just said it could be whenever. Good night. Good. I haven't watched a Truman Show, but what does he say at the end? It's something like, "In case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Bye."